Hey, folks, comedy. We're really doing it. I'm gay. He's homeless. Whip it up.
Why am I doing this?
And make sure you go and you like and subscribe and you check out all of his other, fan favorite of Liz Furiati.
The Stand put us on. Thank you to the Stand. Great comedians coming up next, but
Comedians opening cards, no coffee, Friday night at the Stand, and I've got Andre.
Myrie, man.
Myrie,
Myrie.
Awesome. So, I got all these whack cards. You look through, open a pack, talk about them for as long or short as you want, sign a card for me, and keep the other cards if you so desire. Awesome. And how long you been doing comedy?
I've been doing comedy 6 years.
Oh, wow. Good for you, man. And you're freaking doing stuff here and stuff?
I've done spots here. I'm trying to get in here.
No doubt.
I used to do a show with Aaron Berg.
Oh, Aaron is the best.
One of the best. I used to do a show called Street Famous with him, and then I went.
Yes. Oh, yes. I know you. I've seen. That's why I recognize you, because I've seen you from that. Because I've known Aaron for years now. Yeah. Aaron's the best.
The best. And now I'm on the road with Shade Arena now too.
Oh, wow. I don't know that person, but
Yeah, another Canadian comic. Yeah.
Oh,
Canadians fucking me. I love him. Yeah.
Good for you, man. That's awesome. I mean, Aaron.
The best.
God, he's so funny.
Killer. Should be bigger than he is.
Oh, 100%. He's
one of the best.
I saw him with that guy from Austin who came up. They did like 4 shows together. They did something, whatever, and it was just a grand. I mean, I've seen Aaron a million times. Aaron never doesn't kill. At least to me.
Yeah, I've never seen him not kill either.
And then he's like, no, it happens. I'm like, I don't know if I believe it.
I've never seen Aaron bomb.
Exactly. Okay, so we can talk about this fucking Aaron all day. Okay, so you just flip through and find something that interests you.
They were always the 2 guys, though.
Which is really good. RoboCop, I got it.
Bam. I don't know if I have tape or not at the top. I might have, yeah. I put tape because I started to slide out. Awesome. So you pick RoboCop because you freaking...
No, I don't like the police, but like the movie RoboCop is like it's like I've always wanted like cops to be like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like these super cops they put in like movies,
right?
Like they don't be that. You know what I mean? Like if a cop gets shot, like he's not gonna become a robot.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
None of the villains were black in RoboCop, so I liked it.
There you go. Right. He was like the $6 million man of freaking...
it was so different, yeah. This is RoboCop II, alright?
Oh, and that's a sticker.
That's a slide.
Yeah, that red one's a sticker. Yeah, definitely.
This one says freeze. I mean, this is traumatic. But it's like, again, if I was getting harassed by RoboCop, I don't think I'd be like... I don't feel like I'd be like... You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It'd be better. Like,
you would rather have... What about these
cool.
fucking become these, like, those robot dogs they have, though?
Oh, man, that's crazy.
Because that's where it's... I don't want that at all. At least I think I can rationalize with a human being.
I think that's and that's why I like it. You know what I mean? Because with AI,
yeah,
we're all on the same, we're on an equal playing field, bro. You can get around just like me equally, bro. Like
with
yeah. It takes away your.
Well, wait, but AI still. It was all fucking.
You don't think AI is all about right and wrong? They're all about correcting. Like, there's no race when it comes to AI. It's human.
But wasn't it if AI, which is I think what you're talking about is like the way that they. Well, it depends what you mean, because there's like the photo thing, and then there's also like the word thing where they complete the thing by guessing what the next thing is.
But I'm saying, if you look at the fear you have of these robot dogs.
Right. I don't think it's a rational fear at all.
It's a rational. It's a very rational fear.
Yeah.
But I like that because more times than not, like you never play the
right.
You know what I mean? I think the reason why I like RoboCop is because it feels fair.
Okay. It feels fair.
It feels fair.
Oh, fair. Okay. RoboCop itself, not the okay. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Shielding a black woman. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Fair.
Yes.
Fair.
I don't want you to think I'm like, no, I'm not.
This is also true science fiction. This would never happen. That's true.
Yeah.
Destruction of RoboCop. Normally, I like to see a cop down, but like, this is it's a very sad part of me. I ain't like that. You know what I mean? They really fuck with my man. And like I said, I don't remember him assaulting that one black person.
Right.
He was actually very nice. Best friend was a black woman. I fuck with RoboCop, man.
Yeah, that's great. You know, in real life, the actor who played the RoboCop guy now. He wrote a book on like 16th century or 17th century art and stuff. Like he's a freaking.
He's like fascinating.
Yeah, like
only a guy like that. Could
Yes.
play
Yeah. But that was the human part, not the.
Emotion is necessary, but like human emotion also.
No, I do understand what you're saying. I was taking too literal of what I think is occurring. And you were.
You can't take shit literal.
Well, I do, and that makes me do it differently. Maybe I don't know.
There's some truth with it in everything we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Also, just understanding who we are as comics. I only mean 80% of the shit I say.
You don't mean.
I only mean 80%.
Oh, you only mean 80. Yeah. 20% is
They gotta sit through it.
Sure.
Like if I say I don't like white people,
Right.
I couldn't joke and I could not.
Right.
You gotta read my tone.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Right.
it's obviously not true. I'm sitting here having a great time.
Sure. You punched me right now.
Yeah. I like white individuals. I don't like you guys
Collectively.
as a construct. Yeah.
Sure. Oh, of course. Well, isn't that? I mean, that's the truth of everything.
Of everything. That's true.
If you meet the individual, then you're like, oh, what is my animosity? It's all whatever.
Because most of the shit we go through is we're playing off stereotypes of the total. Most individuals just want to deal with good people.
Sure, of course, right. Tit for tat kind of thing.
You look at I really enjoyed the RoboCop movies because it's probably the only that and Training Day. I liked RoboCop because it was a fantasy,
right?
And I like Training Day because Denzel to me gave the most accurate depiction of cop work I've ever seen.
Wow.
That's what cops do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Cheat on their wives. You feel me? Sell drugs. These standards. That's what they do.
Yeah.
This is fantasy.
Now you would think, as someone who has a show where they have cards on TV and movies, that they would be into that stuff a lot. I'm actually like, I saw this probably when it came out as a kid. I have not seen it since.
That's what I did. I remember seeing this as a kid.
Right.
And it's crazy because like my prejudice towards cops wasn't something that was a thing at that point when I actually watched it.
Right.
So it's like just, I guess I picked this for the nostalgia of actually how I be RoboCop at this particular point in my life.
Yeah. That's cool.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, shit, no escape from RoboCop. This feels so different.
Right.
Rooting for RoboCop, but like, I record movies.
Right.
It's so different.
Right. Oh, 100%.
Right? In need of repair. Like,
I saw in Washington Square Park last week two guys running, chasing each other. One guy already bleeding from the eye. The other guy comes up and then punched him more. But because there had just been a protest, there were cops all around. So I'm like, what are you guys doing? You're right in front of the thing. But then, both of the people were the same race, so there's nothing racial. The cops got the guy who was punched and let the guy who punched just walk away.
What do you think? Why do you think that happened?
The only thing I can think of, well, there's two things. One, I think they had to stay where their perimeter was. I think they had to stay. And two, they might have known the person who punched because I kind of recognized them. I'm like, oh, I kind of know you from the park. Maybe you don't have to worry about it. But I don't know that. Other than that, I don't understand it at all.
A situation like that happened to my uncle. Like, a guy had batteries in his hand and beat the shit out of him. Right. Because he was telling him to move his car. And they never arrested the dude because they knew him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
If this was RoboCop.
But there was 12, 15 cops. It wasn't like one.
Because we romanticize the idea of what cops do.
Yeah, I guess. It was just insane.
It's the
though.
movies,
You're
bro.
taking the guy getting hit, though. That's crazy to me.
Romanticize it.
You're entirely correct.
Yeah, romanticize. The police are not what we see in the movies.
Yeah.
They are regular. They're just teachers with guns. Like, don't take that long to become a fucking cop.
Yeah. I hear you. I guess it's certainly easier to just take the guy who was.
If it was RoboCop,
yes,
the right person gets arrested.
if the thing's programmed correctly, that's the whole. You know, you can break in and
we got to get a neutral race to program.
Well, it's more than just race. It's more like low. It's money and
I'm being ignorant on purpose.
I know that, but I have to correct it on purpose too. To be like, come on, you know, because that makes the thing.
That's what makes it.
You got to be
great.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Awesome.
This is fucking.
Yeah. So just keep going or sign one, whatever. Yeah.
Let's see. All right, we got 3 more. Facing the enemy. I remember this part now. The guy was a drug dealer. I always root for drug dealers.
Okay.
I used to sell drugs myself. I come from a good family though.
Sure.
I sold drugs because of hip hop and peer pressure.
Yeah, 100%. Oh yeah. Well, I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
For a short period of time, I worked on something called the wagon train, which was a way to, because it had a better recidivism rate for young boys. I guess it was guys. They would travel from Pennsylvania. It would travel from Pennsylvania to Florida and back, taking kids on and then try to teach them stuff with animals. You physically, mules or donkeys and horses would pull anyway.
Long story short.
As an adopted person, almost everyone, there was one white kid who abused someone. Everyone else was black and everyone was there for selling drugs.
Yeah.
And I just realized it's like, well yeah, if I was raised by their parents, I would have done the same fucking thing. I would be here for that too. So that really showed me, it's like, it's, you know.
It's environment, bro.
Yeah.
It's
like I can't fucking criticize any of you for any of you.
Exactly. Like, if you knew the family I come from, you'd be like, the fact that I sold drugs, you are a fucking idiot.
Yeah. But it's the people.
It's the, your family don't really be your friends. Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Now, one of the guys on that wagon train at the time, again, well, they're under 18, you know, they're 7, 6. He was probably higher up in his thing.
Yeah.
And he could have been playing, but he would get the fucking paper and check his stocks that he had sold the fucking bot and had a guy invest. And I was like,
for real, baby.
dude,
That's a hustle for real.
That's.
I sold drugs without the right mindset.
Yeah.
I sold drugs and was out here in strip clubs and was buying clothes and shit. I just didn't get caught because I didn't buy no property and no cars. That's how you get on people's radar.
Right, exactly. You get the paperwork.
If I tell you, like, I was making so much money, I couldn't tell. I just told you what I did with it. It's like, if I had the, you're supposed to enterprise.
Right.
You're supposed to be like our predecessors.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Big pharma. Do it like them.
But because you got into it because of that peer pressure and stuff too, part of that game was the clothes, was that stuff. I would imagine.
No, because the selling drugs wasn't about it wasn't about the commerce anymore, bro.
Right.
It was the lifestyle.
Of course.
The rest from it.
So you have to be a different level to be thinking, oh, I moved this to something else.
It's like I view artists. That's why I love movies, because I feel like there's so many lessons. I love music. I love art. Some of the greatest lessons I've heard have come from comedians, come from
Sure.
Jay-Z had a song called Lola, right?
Okay.
Where the basis of the song is, I get high off the life, not the substance.
Right. Sure.
I used to.
Well, it's the getting the coke. It's not the coke.
It's not the bro. I've never done coke in my life.
Yeah.
I've never done ecstasy in my life.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I've sold ecstasy.
Right.
But it was about the rush, bro. Like,
of course.
And then once you understand that, right, then you have to learn how to tap yourself out of it, because it's just like the addiction to the substance. At some point, you're going to OD.
Yeah, sure.
You're gonna OD on the life.
Sure.
That's how you go to jail.
Sure.
And like,
but it's also the chase and almost everything else too. It's the same thing with the woman. It's the same thing with the freaking all the stuff.
It's the thin line between everything and everything. You feel me? That's where we at. There's a thin line between everything, and there's a thin line between love and hate. The thin line between success and being homeless. You're always towing a line whenever you're doing anything for that high. That high is doing whatever you want. You can equate, but anytime you're doing whatever you want, there's a consequence if it doesn't work, and that's the high we chase.
Yeah.
That's how me personally.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, comedy for me is just, every day I'm either gonna be successful or I'm gonna be homeless. I don't feel like there's an in between for how I want to do this.
Right. Well, because you kind of need that drive.
You
I
gotta
mean,
be a little
it's kind of the
crazy.
same. I mean, that's what debt is too. You put yourself into debt. I mean, the whole thing of that is because that will give you the drive. If you don't have that debt no longer over you, then it's like, well,
The fuck are you working for?
Yeah.
That's why you hear people who become homeless be happier than people who have.
oh, well, yeah.
It's like I met a dude who's like, I'm talking about. He's like, I've never been happier in my life, bro.
Right. Well, his time is his to some extent.
Yeah.
And once you get to know the community people too, you can easily support yourself with just it's
You get a
it's
gym
amazing.
membership, you get shower.
Exactly. It's
You know what I mean?
amazing.
Like
It's
you find,
amazing.
it's a crazy idea, like, and like before you even get into the space, you look down on being homeless. I'm not homeless,
Right.
But you look down on it and understand when you start to really get entrenched into being programmed into the system.
Yeah.
Freedom is really what it is. All right.
Right. It's the richest people and the poorest people who have the most.
Now here's my crazy kind of brain tying everything together with RoboCop.
Yeah.
Think about the ability and the power that RoboCop had, right? Everything he could do that he couldn't do as a regular cop.
Right.
But then he also needed to go to a particular place to get charged. He had to get reprogrammed.
Yeah, sure.
He was a slave. With
Sure,
that
to that. Sure.
can use the
Same
money
thing with the thing. You
with
get
the
addicted to
money.
the phone, it's nothing, and then all of a sudden you can't live
When you
without
remove
it.
that, I guarantee he wish he could. I guarantee you you could have the anonymity of just going home and not somebody being able to read his memory and thoughts at all times.
Right.
Right. The trapping of what we feel comfortable with.
Well, sure. Well, in some ways, that's that in like in comedy or any other thing like that. That's the fame part.
Yeah.
Where like you want to get on stage and do the stuff, but then the curse of the fame. You can't now do. If you get to a certain level, you can't do shit. You lose.
Yeah, if you make your losses tangible, that's what's going to happen, right? If your goal is only to be great,
Yeah.
if your goal is only to be great,
Right.
then you can't be a slave to being what you can and can't say. Because the product is going to be the product and the results of it. What you lose and what you gain, like if I'm worth 100 million and I lose 30 because I said so, I'm still worth 70.
Right, exactly. It's not, right. That's the whole thing about this, like Letterman would fucking, yes, I'll get as many speed because it doesn't mean anything.
If I was worth $1 million, I'd park in front of a hydrant.
Right, Chris Rock will just park right in front of whatever.
I don't give a fuck.
It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. I'll drive around. I'm not paying for the fucking car garage. I gotta find, and I'll come sit in my car
You know what I do for a living? I tell jokes. I'm broke.
Exactly.
You feel me? Hell no, I'm always driving, but I promise you, I will never struggle to find parking once I'm out.
Yeah. You're right.
There will never be.
Because why would yes?
I will never be.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, fuck
Exactly.
that. I'm either gonna pay the ticket or I'm gonna park somewhere because I don't give a shit. But then now you don't have the car.
Right.
You don't have the home. Right. You're still able to shower at the gym and come to the comedy show anyway, and you don't have to have the stress of trying to park the car.
Right.
It's all relative. To
it was interesting to see Stefano when he was here. He parked in the fucking garage, and I'm like, God, I don't.
You're looking at him like,
I don't
what
even
the
know the last time someone. But he drove his own car parked. Whereas the other guys will. Big J will circle around a couple, and Big J is also huge. He just bought a big new car, but he's not parking in the garage. He's still parking on the street. But
Because freedom is what you make it.
It's so fascinating.
No, it's free once you make it.
Yeah, right.
You don't got that choice.
Right, exactly. That's the downside.
With the power he has,
Right.
like, I won't say the power, but they're a really huge comic who probably feel like RoboCop. You can do so many things for people.
They got what, but
you're controlled and plugged into a system you can't escape.
right, sure. Well, it seems like, clearly there are some people who, like Conan O'Brien as a person, he just wants to, or the guy from the SNL cards, the Chris Farley.
Yeah.
He just wants to, so that fame almost, he needs that thing too. Whereas some people, it's the it's like, what are you then trying to even do? You don't like, it's crazy.
It's weird, bro.
It's great.
It's so crazy. It's like, I feel like you get caught in that idea, like, do I want to be famous, do I want to be free?
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, it's a thin line there.
Sure, right. Yeah.
It's a thin
well,
line.
you can't. The amazing thing about comedy also is you can have an unbelievably comfortable, fucking, actually really good life and be unknown. You could be in a little, because I'm from New England.
Like that,
yeah. And it's like, wait.
This motherfucker sells out theaters everywhere. Nobody knows his fucking.
And then it takes a while, some of them, it takes them a while to be like, wait, I'm right, this is perfect. What am I chasing? Not, I get recognized a little bit.
If you told me tomorrow I would be selling out theaters every weekend for the rest of my life, 1,000 people theaters,
right?
For the rest of my life, and nobody would know me outside of those.
Right.
Sign me the fuck.
Yeah, of course.
Because being great at comedy is relative to me within that room.
Right.
When I'm in that room, I need to be great in that room.
Right. Sure.
There's a lot of people who are famous who aren't great at comedy.
Oh yeah, of course,
Right?
sure.
So what do we?
Well, that's the thing that's most impressive about comedy is the fact that yes, this is the show is this time on this day, and you have to be there, and it doesn't matter what fucking your day was, what your mood is. It's making those fuckers laugh.
That's the best fucking part of it. It's the one art form where I literally get to say fuck whatever you feel right.
Yeah,
and
to yourself.
To yourself. And once you get on stage and you murder and you crush, and those people, you're not even stressing about what.
So have you done it long enough now that once you're on stage, you kind of click into stage kind of thing?
1,000%.
Yeah.
So comedy, I escape from it. I escape from everything from it. Like, I used to be like that with fitness. I used to be a personal trainer for a living.
Right.
So I used to train my aesthetic. By the time I was like maybe about 6-7 years into training, my aesthetic became such an afterthought to me. I trained strictly for my mental.
Right.
Comedy at this particular point, and I'm older. I started when I was 30, right, 60.
Right.
So I started knowing myself.
Right.
So I want success, and I want to be recognized for that. But comedy became my escape.
Right.
Success became the byproduct of what I do.
Right.
I really don't. I'm totally at peace. I feel totally in control. And it's the one place I just feel like nobody can tell me nothing. It's
right.
For whatever time I'm on that, for whether I'm on stage for 5 minutes or an hour, that is the safest place on earth.
Right. That's yeah. I mean, that's certainly. I've heard that from not in person, but documentary kind of things about that kind of yeah. Without a doubt.
I used to be so caught up on what spots wasn't booking or what was taken.
Right.
Feeling I should have been in a particular place.
Right.
Before I was.
Right.
And then I literally just like I started to look at where the fuck I was.
Right.
Like I'm touring in 6 years. I'm comics don't do it.
Right.
Comics don't even sniff it. Don't sniff it.
Right. Without a doubt.
So when you start to like really, I got to fucking do a show with one of the best comics in New York City, Aaron Berg, he even wanted that spot to be able to be on a podcast.
Right. Yeah. He's fucking
So it's like when you start to look at the things you were
it's so funny because now you told me that I'm now picturing you guys walking around, and I'm now like, fuck, yes, it's so hilarious. That's so cool, man.
That's great. And I don't know if Berg does, but Berg took me to another level comedically doing it. Having to keep up with that.
Oh my god. He's unstoppable.
Took me to another stratosphere comedically.
Yeah.
I'm a beast now because of it.
Yeah. That's so awesome. Fucking A. Well, okay, I guess we got to sign a card. I mean, it's freaking, oh my god.
Awesome.
Dude, I love it. This is really fun. I don't talk comedy as much with the show as I have with you, and that was awesome.
I appreciate that, man. I love this shit.
Yeah, fucking A, man.
Hard not to go there.
Awesome.
Yeah, man.
Hey, go see live comedy because, it's the best.
It's the fucking best.
Ooh, and the cars are all full. No more cars, baby.
I truly don't know what I just experienced.
Comedians opening cards, no coffee.
You're like Nardwar for cards. He goes, wait. He goes, wait a minute.
That's been and do to the lutu.
Yes.
Do.
I said that. That's right.
And this will end it because I want to get this out there.
I said I was too busy banging a chick.
It was nice to see you have more time.